Howdy, my name is Joao Vendramini. I'm a forage specialist at the Range Cattle Research and Education Center, and today I will show you a little demonstration about the importance of herbage mass on beef cattle production and behavior. So what I'm showing you in this video is a steer that has been exposed to a pasture that have been mowed in the last 2 weeks. So it's a 2 weeks regrowth, so that means it has a very little herbage mass. We measure the herbage mass in that paddock and it's actually 500 pounds of dry matter to the acre. So these steers, they spend the night with water but no grazing or feed, and then they were exposed to this paddock that has very limited herbage mass. So we expect that this steer is probably hungry, but because of the herbage mass is so limiting, you can see on the behavior of the steer that she didn't even try to graze. Now the steer just moved to a new paddock, and this paddock has about 5 weeks regrowth and has about 2,300 pounds of herbage mass or pounds of dry matter per acre. This is all Bahia grass paddocks, and now you can see as soon as the steer walk into the paddock, it start grazing right away. So we did some count, and this steer is having about 45-50 bites per minute. So that means it's grazing intensely because the forage has a good density and probably a good nutritive value. So then in this scenario, when we have sufficient herbage quantity, so look how the behavior of the steer changed. And so the steer is just grazing with those biting rates that I told you, and is trying to fulfill their requirements because it can find this pretty adequate amount of herbage quantity in the paddock. I will anticipate what we're gonna do here in the next phase of this video. So what we did, we left the steer in this intermediate paddock that has about 2,300 pounds of dry matter to the acre, but then we returned the steer to the paddock with very short herbage mass. This paddock has about, as I said, about 500 pounds of dry matter to the acre. Look, the steer came back right after he grazed on the other paddock, and then is just walking again because he recognized that you don't have sufficient herbage mass. So it's very short, it's difficult for the steer to collect and harvest that forage with the tongue and the bottom teeth. So then the steer just walk around trying to find another opportunity to find the places with good herbage mass. In the last phase of this demonstration, we moved the steer to a paddock now that has really mature forage. It's a 10 weeks regrowth Bahia grass with a lot of herbage mass, about 4,000 pounds of dry matter to the acre. And you can see the steer will still graze it because we have that amount of herbage mass. However, the density of the forage and the proportion of leaves and stem is different. That makes that grazing a little more challenging to the steer. So decreasing the bite rate from 50-45 to about 30-35 bites per minute. So, but still it provides sufficient herbage mass to the steer. So I hope you enjoy this demonstration today, and if you have any questions regarding this demonstration, you can please contact me at jv@ufl.edu.